I'm very happy to be with all of you today because you are one dedicated community. If all of us can be here on Friday evening, and in Georgia it's already 9:30 in the evening, I believe, that means that we are very dedicated and very loyal to OGP. And I'm telling this about myself personally, but also the organization that I represent. We are early adopters of OGP, and this is very close to our heart. I will share a presentation, and it's going to be a shorter version of presentation because I really want to see presentations later on from these regions that have already accessed OGT regions in Georgia, in Nigeria, in Kenya, and in Morocco. This is where these are the stars, and I'm really looking forward to see their path. I will just briefly tell you that NDI has been in the OGP from the very beginning, and not only that we are there are 6 working groups within OGP, and NDI is, together with the Congress of Chile, a co-chair of the Legislative Openness Working Group within OGP. We're also a founding member of Open Parliament e-Network, and together with Westminster Foundation, OSCE, and other regional organizations, we work on these 4 main pillars of parliamentary openness: transparency, access to information, etc. And our interventions are mostly on the level of technical assistance, but we also work on generating an organic interest from civil society to buy into this process, because there is a great benefit for the civil society. Now, what do we do in Morocco? We are assisting national institutions in implementing OGP commitments. Together with the Ministry of Economy, Finance, and the Reform of Administration, we're working on creating a civil society forum that is going to be a wide network of civil society organizations to assist with co-implementation. We're also working with the Parliament of Morocco on their desire to bring citizens closer to Parliament, to have citizens participate in the policy making and generally to interact with the Parliament. We also work in regional councils in 4 regions. We develop mechanisms for citizens to participate in decision-making process. So we work with 3 specific mechanisms. Consultative councils, or les instances as they're called here, are the councils of citizens, whereby they come and interact with the regional council and propose policy alternatives. We also work with civil society organizations on creating and launching public petitions. And finally, we work with regional council and civil society organizations to structure collaborative agreements between the 2. Now, the participating, you can see that our partners in this are the Ministry of Interior, the GIZ from Germany, and 4 participating regions: Casablanca, Marrakesh, Oujda, and Agadir, Souss-Massa. Now, why do we want to be in this area of local governance? Well, Charlotte explained many benefits earlier in her presentation, but we see that there are benefits for the local governance, where they get international exposure, potential foreign funding. There are benefits for the national OGP, because the local buy-in really is the force for OGP. It increases the trust in governance, and governance on local and the national level. And finally, there are benefits for citizens. There are immediate consequences of open government that affect their daily lives. Now, as of recently, we have launched a project with these 2 regions, and this is the answer to your question, Tarek. After Tangier, Tetuan, Hoceima successfully joined OGP, and we are congratulating them on this success. Now there are 2 other regions that are taking the same route: Beni Mellal, Khenifra, and Casablanca, Setat. Why these 2 regions? Well, in our research, these 2 regions were really the most interested in OGP. They instantly replied to our call of interest, and they have still very interested in this topic. They are very dedicated to increasing transparency and they already are introducing some measures. They have increased transparency through digital tools. For example, in Beni Milal, all employees of regional council have an electronic signature to come in to work and log out, and these are public data, so the citizens can already see, who is spending how much time at work. They are already involving citizens in decision-making process. For example, in Casablanca, before every regional council's ordinary session, they invite citizens and they show the agenda and they discuss the agenda and specific points of this agenda. And they also increasingly use social media to report their activities. Both of these regions have very lively Facebook pages where citizens are interacting with them. So these two regions are really already putting in some transparency measures. Now, what is NDI helping with? We're training civil society organizations to take part in the OGP process. We're noticing that in Morocco, civil society organizations are interested, but not fully informed about what OGP is and what can it bring to the country of Morocco. So we are trying to kind of move these civil society organizations to really buy into the process. And then once they're in, we're helping with the co-creation process with both regional council and civil society organization to define the axis of co-creation. And we organize workshops in all the provinces of the region. This process shouldn't be driven just by the capitals. We want civil society organizations in all provinces to take part in it. We help with analysis of recommendation and then creation of the action plan, and finally submittal of application to OGP. And we're hoping that in July of this year, these two regions will be new members of OGP. So what is next? We want to offer our cooperation to other regions and other localities here. We think that more subnational OGP memberships will be very beneficial for Morocco. And it doesn't even need to be certified by OGP. We don't know whether OGP Local has capacity all of a sudden to open this for, hundreds of municipalities, but it doesn't matter. We can work with Moroccan institutions to issue local certificates of open governance, as long as these municipalities are, undertaking the same work and opening up the governance. And we want to see more demand from civil society organizations. We will continue working with civil society organizations to really desire and to push for more openness through the mechanisms that OGP has developed. Please get in touch with us. We are happy to help in Morocco and in other 70 countries where NDI operates. Thank you so much.